Greetings and welcome to episode 49 of my Empire Total War Darth mod Great Britain campaign. And this, my friends, how we left it last time. And once again, the Ottomans have decided to launch another attack against Istanbul, my friends. And it has been at least the third or fourth time this has happened. Now remember, we're already in a significant conflict with Russia. We've also previously been in a massive war with Poland. Poland at the moment are at peace with us, but it's a fragile peace at best. It really is, and there's every sign that that peace might be shattered at any moment. We've got Polish forces reinforcing the front lines in this sort of enclave we've managed to sort of carve out for ourselves here. We are putting as many troops as we can on the front lines to try and stem the flow of the Poles to decide to sort of try and crash across the border here. But in the meantime, we've also got the Ottomans moving through our lands here, of course invading by sea, attacking Istanbul. Now fortunately, we've been able to thrust away the first attack, and they've also sent in a secondary force to try and sort of push their way through here. But the council said you must engage this force before it can reach Istanbul. Secondly, the council proposed that we actually deal with the Ottomans once for all. They have a single region of their control, which is Syria, and the council has recommended or proposed that we, after we've dealt with the Ottoman forces in our lands here in the sort of southern Mediterranean here, excuse me, my friends, that we actually send a force and deal with that particular sort of region, take it from them, rid ourselves of the Ottoman threat, and then give that region to somebody else. Now that is yet to be decided. Some are saying we give it away for peace with Russia. Some say we give it away to Sweden to sort of help with that sort of. We have a massive push at the moment in the north there with Sweden. We're pretty much propping the Swedish government up. Let's be under illusions here. Let's not sort of sugarcoat this. We are propping up both economically and militarily. We are propping up the Swedish government. We've given them Norway back. We do have control of Sweden itself, Stockholm. They do have Denmark, which is firmly under their control, and they've started to re-establish some kind of order there in Denmark as well. So they've got their own income coming along, which is quite nice to see. But many of the councils are split into two camps. First of all, one part of the council is saying that we must give Sweden back Stockholm so they can sort of become another powerhouse that really can help us there in the north. Another part of the council is saying that we must hold Stockholm until we reach St. Petersburg. Now, St. Petersburg is our ultimate goal in stage 1 of our operations against the Russians in the north. Now, once we've taken St. Petersburg, if we take St. Petersburg, then we can probably give Stockholm back to them, because St. Petersburg has a sort of a twofold sort of objective, shall we say. The first is to bring what is their primary naval facilities under our control. St. Petersburg is their primary naval facilities in the Baltic. Secondly, it puts us not within, I wouldn't say a stone's throw of Russia, of Moscow, but it really does put us exceptionally close to Moscow. Once we've established ourselves there in St. Petersburg, we can then give Stockholm back to the Swedes, and they can then hopefully help us with our operations against Russia. If they don't, but at least we will have a strong ally to our backs. That really is important. So that's sort of the general gist of the plans. Now these things could change. Remember, we are dealing with a very sort of quick moving, sort of the sands of war are shifting all the time. So our plans that we make now could change significantly in the future based on what happens. So that's the plans now. As you can see here, though, we are up against a very powerful Ottoman force. Where they've managed to get these forces from, or indeed where they've managed to get the money to be able to actually afford and put these forces into the theatre, is beyond me. But that is what we deal with. We're dealing with what's in front of us. We cannot begin to even stop to comprehend where they come from, because they are here. So sort of worrying about how they got here is now irrelevant. As you can see, though, we have at our disposal some of the finest troops the British Army can muster. As you can see here, we have royal cuirassiers. We also have Marines. We also have late Marines. We also have, my friends, line infantry guards. We've also got two line infantry, already veterans of many a battle. We do have 4 howitzers, including 32 pounders, as you can see here, 2 32 pounders, and the 24 pounder here horse guard artillery. And of course, this doesn't have a general in this army, so it will be ready for a promotion if anybody wish to have this army. So this army is open for a member of the council to be able to take on board here. That's quite a promotion, because remember, whoever takes this on will be taking on one of the most elite armies we have in the entire campaign thus far. I kid you not, my friends, this really has been equipped to fight anything that comes up against it. It really is one of those armies that is absolutely bristling with elite British army forces. It really is. There's another army in the theatre, of course, in this sort of our Mediterranean redoubt here, that does have, maybe some would argue, slightly more elite troops, but this, it really does come close. We've even got lancers in here, which are brutal, absolutely brutal on the first charge. It really is. We've also, of course, got heavy cavalry here as well, so as you can see. But they come here well equipped, the Ottomans. They do have their own musketeers, 2 organ guns, absolutely deadly, 2 24-pounders. We've got mortar Baluk as well, which are, if they get in close, we are in trouble. Of course, they've got their own grenadiers here, more musketeers, and of course some Israelis, and then Kurdish hillmen, which can of course hide, which we've got to be careful of there, and of course plenty of camel nomads, and of course the Zamindari horsemen. Now, we can argue that the camel nomads are no match, as you can see here, for the Royal Cuirassier Guards, of course, who are able also to fire on the move. But let's just say my control of horse gunners is not the finest, so we shall be using them as melee only. But my friends, we have to take this fight. We have to clear this force away and push it away from Istanbul. Istanbul really is the absolute vanguard here, of this redoubt we've built. Let's take this fight, my friends. Let's take this fight, the first battle we come up against here now. We shall not, and I repeat this again, we shall not be moved from what we have carved out here. We have sacrificed thousands of lives to take what we had here, and at one point, no exaggeration and not a dramatic statement in any way, my friends, at one point we were actually on the brink of extinction. Britain was almost taken out entirely. And as if to sort of bring home what we are up against here, really foggy, misty, murky day here. Oh, look at the size of the deployment zone. It is huge, and it does actually, the topography here really does show what we are sort of got here. As you can see, you start up here on this sort of high point. It then slopes downwards here, as you can see here, so it slopes all the way down here into sort of this valley, where we can actually cut the road here if we wanted to, and then we sort of cross all the way up here, almost here to this sort of hedge line here, or another road, pavement here, dare I say. So we've got this other sort of side road here, this running parallel here to the battlefield. But look how small the Ottoman deployment zone is. It is minuscule, and of course we have the town here that we are fighting in and for. But we are going to assume that the Ottomans are going to be stationary here against us, so we are going to be moving against them with some exceptional forces. We really are, but we need to make the most of this sort of raised area we've got here. Now, I know many of the councils say you've got howitzers, Mally, you don't need that raise, that elevation. But what we do want to do is make sure that we've got this horse artillery here, these 24-pounders at their advantage. Now, I know that some of you may be balking at the prospect of me putting more firepower, sort of our fire support behind the enemy lines. I know many of the councils will be calling for us to move it into the front line, particularly the 24-pounders here. But since we've got this elevated position, I'd like to make the most of it if possible. So with that in mind, let's bring a gentleman. Thank you. I think we'll just say, because remember, we've got to avoid those organ guns at all costs. They are a brute. So if we bring them separately into the fire here, we shall put a gentleman. Thank you. We can assume that's the best we're going to get to them. Oh, look at that. Wonderful. So now that is fire support at its finest. Look at this. It's an absolute barrage, sir. I mean, look at that. What a wonderful sight. Absolutely fire support par excellence. It really is. Now, I think we'll bring Quicklime immediately into the battle here, because if we can drag them into the fight. Now, fortunately, we've got got lancers here. Now let's have a look at the lancers. We haven't had lancers, I don't believe. Oh my goodness me, look at that. I mean, that is a wonder to see. It really is. That is wonderful cavalry here. Got the foot. We've also got line infantry guards here. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness me, look at these marines. Now, if that doesn't bring a tear of joy to your eye, nothing will, sir. I mean, that is absolute wonder. Now, we should bring the general behind the fire support. So he's got that clear overview here. As you can see, looking down upon the battlefield here. Look at that. What a view he's got there. Directing, of course, as he sees fit. Now, we've got heavy cav, Royal Cuirassiers, which do look absolutely magnificent. I think we're going to use these as the battering ram, but we will switch out the second heavy here. We'll keep the heavy here. We'll also put the lancers into this sort of this strike force here of cavalry, which we'll put on the immediate extremities here of the left flank. We shall put them in diamond formation. I know that many of you balk at this, just in case I am, you know, I've got to admit I am not the finest cavalry commander, but what we are going to do here is we're going to be targeting infantry, particularly the cannons if possible. It's going to be a cannon hunting force here, so we're going to put them in diamonds formation so they can actually smash into any infantry and indeed the cannons. I think we will send out a force to move alongside the cavalry here, running parallel to the cavalry. We need a defensive force, so we'll put the 24th foot here into that defensive line, straight in the centre. Look at that, absolutely wonderful. Then we shall have the 80th Regiment on the right, 81st on the left. Now that's a strong defensive position here, up front and centre. I think we'll send 4 regiments of Marines, late Marines, 18th, 25th, 26th, 27th will be moving along with the cavalry here. We'll just put them here for the meantime. We can adjust as we see fit. I think we'll have the 22nd Foot Guards here. So look at these gentlemen, look at that. I mean, oh my word, look at those uniforms. They are exemplary. It's almost like the Beefeater uniforms. That is absolutely phenomenal. Now, we'll have the 23rd here. Now, where's the demarcation line? All the way. Oh, look at that. That's absolutely a good distance away here. So we'll put these here, but they will be moving to here once the deployment ends. I believe we've put... wait a minute. We've got the Cuirassiers, so what we'll do is we're going to flank the right as well. We've got to be very careful here. We don't get caught by those organ guns. They will be brutish. I think we've got a good defensive line, and we've also got a good attacking force here. But again, we have to be careful. What we will do is I think we'll march these troops in double line. I mean, look at this. I mean, you've got 4 regiments of the absolute quintessential elite forces here of the British armies, and they are marching towards you. You have better look out, sir. Everybody pulled in behind the front lines. Indeed they are. Let's begin this fight, my friends. There they are, right there. So we're going to put the... Oh, what a shot, sir. Let's look lively, lads. Let's look lively. Double time. Oh, look at this. Look at this. They're moving towards us as well. They are going to soon fall. Oh, 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 oh. I mean, that is a joy to see. Prepare to fire. They're opening up. Oh, good grief. With those hands of Bollock. Move, gentlemen, move! Oh, they're almost gone. I've almost got one. Here they come. Steady, lads, steady now. Steady, lads. It would appear they'd like a fight here, and so we'll oblige. Nope. Let's trap them. Let's get them out there. They're going to be absolutely chewed up here. Oh my goodness, it's me, the barrage here. Don't tell me they're not gonna... Oh my goodness me, what a fight already, sir. Ceasefire. Move, gentlemen, move! Yes, they've gone. Come on, disrupt these lines. Square! Oh, this has been an absolute bloodbath, sir. Ceasefire. Hold, lad. Hold, gentlemen. That's it, lads, into them. Oh, look at those lancers straight in there. Well done, lads. Oh, look at them. Gone, sir. Square. Get those hand bollocks, sir. You have got to be. Have at you, sir. Villains. Do you honestly believe, sir, that you could withstand the sheer power of the British Army? No, I say to you, sir. Don't just stand there, sir, like lemons. Move. Your job is done. Back into the line, gentlemen. Back into the line. They've buckled under the pressure, but they fought well. They fought valiantly, sir. Back into the line, gentlemen. Back into the line. Look lively, lads. Look lively. Get in there. Excuse any noise in the background, my friends. You can probably tell who that might be. What the blazes are you doing here? Move, sir. Fall back into line. Let's look sharp. You're British Army, lads. You're not some rabble. Look lively, lad. Look lively. Come on, do your job. Run them down. That's more like it. That's more like it. We shall teach these Ottomans of something they've never faced before, I can assure you. They've come back, which is good to see. Wait a minute. Come on, nomads, and then we shall oblige, sir. Look tidy, lads. Come on, for goodness sake. Tidy up those lines. Tidy up those lines, your British Army. Move, double time. We shall deal with these camel nomads immediately. Looks like they've broken under the sheer presence here of British might. Look at that. The Lancers have done wonderfully here. Yes. Heroic victory, of course. What a fight that was. And it's exactly what we needed to do there. We needed to teach the Ottomans. Look, we lost 936. But look at that. We've absolutely vanquished here this force. Let's have a look at number of... Oh, well, look at Royal Cuirassiers have done exemplary well here. The Lancers have done well here, but look at these here. The Cuirassier Guards, 264. You're looking at nearly 600 kills there between those two regiments. Wonderful to see. You can run, sir, but you will not hide, I can assure you. Now, if we fight here, we're going to drag in this force here. Let's just replenish here. Let's make a statement here. We're not going to be... I can assure you, we are not going to be pushed around here. Now, they're quite clearly going to aim for this port here. We've got these under... That's not fully ready yet. We might have to ship some of these for... My goodness me, look at that. Now, I think we need to really put some more troops into this army here. Just to make sure, just in case that the Poles take advantage of the sort of the problem we're dealing with here at the moment with the Ottomans. So we're not going to be caught on the hop here. Now, we don't have many cannons, but I think we will prepare ourselves here just to make sure that we are ready here, because you can see the Poles are starting to move in a significant number of troops here into this to oppose us here. So that's what we've got to be very careful of. We do have some exceptional troops here and armies already guarding the border. The only reason that Skopje can be upgraded is because we've got this army here defending the road leading to Skopje. The only problem is we've got these loiterers here. +235. That's going to cost us most of our money here. +1 to morale in battles, +1 commanding, leading infantry. Of course, the elephant in the room here is this army group, this Russian army group that sat here in Crete. I think what we will do is we'll just move this army over to here. Are they being? Yes, they are indeed. This fight here we had with Patras are being replenished. Are they being replenished? All of them? Yes, they are, thankfully. So we might have to use one of these forces. We might use the Patras force to deal with the Ottomans. But we've got to really thread the needle here and get to Damascus in one go without interference from the Russians. As you can see, if we could put a blockade here upon this Russian port, but they've got two fleets in the Black Sea here. They've got full control of the Black Sea. We would have to put another fleet together here to send it down. We do have a fleet here, which is currently anchored and docked within Thessaloniki. And we do have plans via the council to send an additional force. Not this force here. This is the forces guarding the British Isles. A force that is currently... We've got two new ship lines here, which are going to be put into this fleet here. We're going to make this fleet very, very strong. Actually, don't count these sloops. These sloops are actually be coming out of here. But as you can see, Britain is an absolute powerhouse here. Economic powerhouse. I mean, it really has been upgraded to its fullest potential, and we are reaping the rewards of that. But we still have a lot of work to do here. We are also, as you can see here, do have full control of Stockholm. We are going to put an end here to this Russian vanguard that's been harassing us. The Russians did send there. We could take... Let's have a look what's happening here in Finland. They've got absolutely nothing here at all. We could actually just hop across and take this, probably without even a fight. But if this force moved into here, the chances are the Russians would send a huge force here to deal with it. And it doesn't have the power to do that just yet. We do have 24 pounders moving in here. We're going to make this force. This is going to be the force that's actually going to take Finland and anchor itself here in the Baltic Sea. Very, very close to our overall objective here. As you can see, we've got a naval hospital here, a naval hospital here, and a naval hospital here. So St. Petersburg really is the sort of the naval capital here of Russia, and indeed so is Finland. Now, of course, we've got sort of small individual units or several units of Russian forces moving through Sweden here, but nothing we can't deal with. I think we are going to deal with this force here. Look, I mean, look at the troops we've got here. Royal British Grenadier Guards. We are going to take them down here. Now, thankfully, Sweden has got its act together in some way. We do have the Northumberland here, but of course there's a chance that this Russian fleet is probably going to blockade this here. What do we have here? We've only got that. We could actually start we do indeed, sir. We've got 4 first rates here already moving in. We will deal with this Russian fleet. We have got direct contact here with Poland via Memel, as you can see, and Spain is bringing in a huge amount of money here from there. And of course, Spain is our, or should I say, my biggest mistake. Many of the council said, Mala, you need to remove Spain. We had Spain down to 1 region. I left that region to its own devices. I thought the Spanish were contained, and as you can see, they have now expanded into one of the largest empires in the Mediterranean. So that mistake was entirely mine. No one else's mistake at all. We do have France here in Tripolitania here, and in Egypt as well. Let's have a look at they're friendly with us. They're at war with Poland, which is good for us. And they do have a significant presence here. They have all of the United States, continental US, under their control, apart from Chicasa and Upper Louisiana. Lower Louisiana is actually controlled by the Louisiana, but they again are a protectorate of France. So there's only 2 regions they don't have under their control within continental US. So you can see their power is significant. So to be honest, they shouldn't really be struggling against the Poles in terms of money, but Poland is absolutely rampant. I mean, look at the size of it. It is a behemoth of a nation. It really is. And the same goes for the Russians here. That's what we've got to thread the needle to try and take Syria, remove the threat of the Ottomans, and then give this to somebody who isn't at war with Russia. Now, let's have a look at Russia. They're allies with the Ottomans, of course, and the Mughal Empire. I wonder if we were to give it to France, or maybe even the Mughals, not Spain. We might give it to France, just to throw a sort of a spanner in the works here. But let's end the... Actually, we probably need to... If we move against this force here, we're going to drag in this army here. Look at that. That again is a formidable force, which we have to deal with. But let's see where they go. If we can divide these armies up, then we can take care of this army, then move on this army separately. Let's end the turn, my friends, and let's quickly research. Now we've got improved coppering here. Increase the top speed. Oh, Royal Sovereign, HMS Neptune. Look at the firepower of Royal Sovereign. Oh, I think we shall go with Britannia and Royal George. Oh yes, oh I think we'll have these. I think we'll stay with coppering to have those sort of those grand ships here in our fleet. I think we'll definitely have that. Right, let's end the turn, my friends. Let's see what happens here. France, what will they do? Will they be able to repel what is a significant Polish sort of incursion into... Oh dear, where are you going exactly, Spain, with that force there? Where are you going, sir? Don't think about it. Don't even think about it, Spain. That's Poland. Looks like they're moving forces down towards the west here to try and probably move against France in some fashion. Ah, look at that. They're reinforcing their front lines with us as well. Now, now, we will, of course, decline the attack. They're going to move against us. We shall retreat.
Sail for the horizon.
Perfect. Perfect. Now we can engage them and rid ourselves of these fiends. But I'll be damned. Look at that. That force has to be dealt with as well. Ah, there we go. We should decline the attack. They've moved in there, which is absolutely fine. We shall remove them. Right, that's what's Sweden up to here. Come on, Sweden, do what you need to do here. Mughal Empire. That's a lot of raiding done. That's a huge amount, but we know that was expected. Now screw breach is done, which is excellent. Oh, excellent. Yeah, that's fine. We are going to have that's being brought under control. Now, I think it is appropriate that we move this fleet here out of the way. We don't want to lose this ship here. We are going to move a regiment to push out this fleet here. Get out. We're going to repair that. 3,900. That is insanity. And we are going to move against this force here. Sound the call to battle. We shall, of course, have this quickly over. I did ask the council what they want to do. The council said, remove these Russians as quickly as possibly can, which is what we shall do, my friends. And we did only take 206 losses there. Yes, we've rid ourselves, finally, sir, of this. Now we're going to replenish this army up. It deserves that honour. We shall also make sure this army here is replenished. Now we're going to have some payback here. This Russian fleet here will suffer the consequences of that. Now we've got these naval. That's one more turn. We'll have that influx of ships there in the Baltic. Now then, let's put the Finnish assault army into proper. What have we got here now? We need some howitzers. Oh, look at those mortars. 24 pounders. Foot as well. Howitzer foot. Excellent. We have 2 of those. Do we have any cavalry in here? We've got 2 cuirassiers. I think it might do us service well to have some more. Oh. We'll have 1 lancer, I believe. They fought admirably last time. Another cuirassier. Oh. Swiss guards, my friends. I think we shall have some Swiss guards. Because we're going up against, oh my goodness me, Swiss Grenadiers as well. You jest, sir, surely. We really have got a wonderful ability here to put some real forces in here. We're going to take Finland and rip it from Russian grasp. That's fine. Let them strike. And now we can finally complete this fleet here. Now these 2 sloops can actually come out of here and be moved into there. So that means we need 2 more additional forces in here. We must keep this fleet at full capacity at all times. It really is the absolute main defensive crux here of. But in fact what we will do is we'll put another 4 ships here. We're going to try and move another fleet, if possible, into the Mediterranean here to try and help deal with this Russian Black Sea fleet. Oh, they're being replenished here. Now we can deal with this force by ourselves here. Yes, we can deal with it. We need to stand here and oppose these Polish forces, which we are going to do. And we're going to make sure these are all replenished and repaired and ready to move. We are not. You absolute villains. Oh, 3,600 to repair that. That is an absolute scandal. But we are going to move these back into the port. We have nothing being recruited here, but I think it might be in our interest to do so. What do we have here? We've got we need cannon. shall have some 24-pounder. And we'd also, can we get, yes we can indeed, garrison guard. Excellent. What have we got coming in here? 40,806. Trade is, at the moment, robust. Not looking good there for Sweden, but as you can see the income here from taxes looking quite healthy at the moment. We're repairing this, but ideally we need to deal with this Ottoman force here. This means we're going to have to drag this force off the front lines. I do have that there. But we've got to deal with this. We don't really have here the sort of caliber of troops. These are sort of more like garrison sort of forces, but still we must put them into action if needs be. That's quite a powerful force they've got there. They've got plenty of cavalry, which is a little bit of a concern, but we do need to probably retrofit this with some better cavalry here. This would probably be the ideal army to deal with them, but we don't want to move it just in case Poland take opportunity here to move in against us. So I think it's probably best if we do, in the meantime here, deal with... Oh, look at that. What we will do is we'll put these gentlemen into here. This militia unit will be put into here. And we shall have this put into here. Again, we put together a force that's going to deal with the... It's going to deal with the Ottomans, and of course, how can we forget here the Irish Rifles? Look at that. And of course, we've got an army here which does and is earmarked for being moving into Ireland and into, I beg your pardon, into Sweden to support. It's going to be used to support this army here that's going to be moved out. What we'll probably do is use this army here to move out against St. Petersburg. So I think with that in mind, we'll actually move here. Let's see what St. Petersburg has got here. Ah! Well, 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 would you look at that? So they're moving forces to Finland, or they're moving them to Helsingfors here to move into ships to move elsewhere. That's what we've got to be careful of. So this army does need to be brought back up to full strength as quickly as possible. Plot thickens, my friends, but this army will be sent to Sweden in good time. What do we have here? Let's move them into there, shall we? Ready? We do have a strong force here in Scotland, but we know... Oh, I think we'll have these gentlemen joining this army down here. We do have a garrison here, because remember last time we were caught on the hop by the Louisianans. That's opened up 2899. What have we got here? 2899 here. 2899 there as well. $15,000 here. 3,896 here is 6,927. So altogether we've got quite a lot going out here. 7,000 here. 21,000 for France. How can France be struggling so much against the 40,000 coming in from here? They got like 50,000 good grief. They've got 63,000 coming in here in gold, and they're struggling against the... And they've even lost Cologne here. And they're struggling against the Poles. That is a dilemma there for them, isn't it? But we are going to deal here with this Ottoman force. We have to deal with it, sir. Yes, let's do this. That's pretty even. They've got the organ guns here, and they've also got a lot of Boluk. They've got musketeers, grenadiers. They've got a lot of hillmen as well, and they've also brought some irregulars and Azars. Right, let's deal with this. This will be the final battle, my friends, of this particular episode here. We have fought valiantly here. We really have. We will not allow the Ottomans back here. We have to then replenish this army here, and then move it back into its sort of defensive position there on the border. We cannot allow the Poles to see us weaken at all along the borders there, because if they do, they will strike even harder against us. Which we cannot and we will not allow. Now, it's a beautifully clear day here. Absolutely beautiful clear day here. So we've got a good feel of... we're actually cutting the road here, which is always good. Now, they have a very small deployment zone in terms of its narrowness. It's compact. They have depth as opposed to our sort of length here, our breadth. I think, since we're moving on them here, we don't really have a huge amount of fire support. I think we will move our guns. They've got that elevated position there as well, which does concern. I think we'll put our fire support back here. We don't want to remember that organ gun will absolutely tear us apart if we allow it. Let's just move them a little bit forward here. We'll have General Larson. I think it might be prudent for us to actually move out against them here. We've got lifeguards, but I think what we will do is we'll send our 2 regiments here of horse to harass and harangue them. We'll keep the horse guards, lifeguards back here. Now, let's put the 11th Grenadier Regiment right front and centre here of the defensive line. I mean, they really are a wonderful regiment. Look at that. Oh, just blink away the tears, my friends. I mean, that is our absolute joy there. Look at these. The 7th Regiment is a battle-hardened force. And I think we'll have that 10th here as well on the left. Again, veteran troops. They have fought a lot of battles here, particularly here in our sort of southern redoubt. Any more exceptional forces? No. They're probably 2 of the main regiments here, so the rest, I think we'll have the 41st on the right. Gentlemen, thank you. And we have the 44th on the left. We might even send a force out here to strike against one of the flanks. We have enough here to do so. I think we'll have 4th, 32nd, 28th and 16th regiments moving against them here on the flanks. And again, we have to be wary. We're not going to be sort of too overconfident. That will prove our doom. We might even be able to pull some forces into reserve, which would be nice. We'll have the 22nd here on the extremities here of the left flank. We'll pull the 31st into reserve across the road here, cutting off any supplies. And again, we shall have the 18th Regiment. I think we'll have the 18th here again on the extremities here of the right. We'll pull in the 20th Regiment as a backup force. We've also got the 9th Regiment, which we'll put sort of in the centre here, which could be moved to either flank depending on the circumstances. We'll hold the 4th Guards here, Life Guards, in reserve. Again, just in case. We've got a very good strong defensive line here against this. As you can see, it sort of moulds and bends with the sort of terrain. But we've also got a small strike force here to move out to maybe hit the flanks here. There's the demarcation line all the way back here. It gives us plenty of depth from which to sally forth. Let's end here. Oh, look at that. They're right on us here. Mamelukes there. Oh, they fall well within range here. They've got those cursed organ guns. Now, we're going to operate really strongly here on this particular left flank, on this left flank here. Gentlemen, move! We haven't got time for slackers. Any man who hangs back will be court-martialed, I can assure you, sir. Now they're up and moving here, which is good. We are going to push very hard here on this flank with Hanbaluk. Let's try explosive shell. See if we can get really in close on them here. We'll use this here. No, it didn't do any effect there at all. Let's switch to round shot here. See if we can catch them on the open here. But look at this, we've got possibly this sort of shelf to work upon here. What if we can use the terrain here between these two to move in? Oh, that's more like it. Well done, sir. Now they're moving against us. That is perfect. It looks like they're gonna come right away around here, the camel nomads. So we're going to position ourselves with a strong defensive force here, ready to meet that charge. Oh, that's an absolute joy to see, it really is. Get the general, lads. My goodness me, that was those... That was the organ guns firing then. That was a brute. Oh, that's a wonder. Let's take care of this hand ballook. They've gone. But they did their duty. We've split their forces significantly here. And what we'll do is I think we'll pull the 31st Regiment here, like going to be looking possibly. We're not going to be overreacting here. Going to hold things into position. Let's get them back here. Let's get them back. Oh, what a shot. Look at that. 60. They've killed almost everything. They've killed 114 men in one go. Shattered. Utterly vanquished. Here they come. Let's get those huzzahs, shall we? broken. Look at that, there's a morass here of absolute... It's a butcher's yard, sir. Oh, what a shot. Double time. Don't be afraid, lads. Don't be afraid. Look at that. Moving on the flank here. I think we were going to move these gentlemen in just to make sure we're fully covered. No, we don't just overextend here. Don't you break, lads. Don't you break. We've got to pin them in here. Oh, what a shot there. Keep firing, lads. Stand ready. Break them. Brace for fighting. Hand to hand. Yeah, look at this. I mean, they're absolutely all over the shop here. We've got them by the absolute scruff of the neck here. Oh, what an absolute joy to see. Bring them down, bring the general down. Get him engaged in fighting. Well done, lads, well done. What the... Square, lads, square! Don't let these Mamelukes beat you. Get in square. Ceasefire. Come on, break them. Break the general. Let them come back for a second. Look, we shall remove these Mamelukes once and for all. These Ottomans will not succeed. If they want to fight, then we'll oblige. these lifeguards. They've performed admirably, sir. What a clash. Do they honestly believe they can withstand the charge of elite horse guards? I don't think so, sir. Oh, that's that is a joy to see. We have absolutely vanquished. I've got to admit, these hillmen have absolutely been a thorn in our side here. Broken. The general must have gone. Shattered. Yes. What a fight that was, my friends. What a fight. They lost. Oh my goodness me. We've absolutely and utterly vanquished them. Got to put an end to this. Although no, actually we can use that army there. We'll move this army back to the border. Actually, we'll use this army here to do it. We're not going to jeopardize anything else. Our borders must remain secure. But, my friends, that is where we're going to end this particular episode here. We have done absolutely wonderfully here. We really have done an absolute... The British forces have done a fantastic job here. We're trying to hold the borders here against exceptionally strong forces. We might even use this army, I think, to deliver the blow to the Ottomans. That would be poetic justice indeed. But we do need some... Actually, probably best we put these fleet in here. We don't want to get caught in the open at all. And as you can see here, they really pushed in hard here against the French there. Our own forces have done well. We've cleared our own territories of the Ottomans and indeed of the Russians, and now we can begin to put our own plans into place. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. As always, please keep your comments coming down below, my friends. The council's proposals and plans have been absolutely vital in us even surviving. But now we are able to expand. Now we are able to really push out here, my friends, and do something wonderful here. Something I never even thought we'd possibly even do here. And that is take the fight to the enemy proper. And we shall do that, my friends. But until next time, my friends, bye for now.